Good morning, Bliss Family. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is doing good. It's a Tuesday morning, and today I will be answering questions that are centered around the 100 envelope and how I was able to complete mine, although it's not yet complete, but I'm just left with 15,000, then I'll be done with it. So I'll also be sharing my journey, how I was able to complete mine whilst on a low income, and also as someone who earns money monthly and not weekly. So let's get to it. So the first question that I will be answering is, how do you do the 100 envelope? Now, this challenge is very simple in terms of how you do it, because you stuff money according to the envelopes. Now, let's say, for example, today you have 100 rands, and that 100 rands does not have any use and it's just sitting there. So what you are going to do, you will go to the 100 envelope. Now, I'm explaining the tracker and I'm not explaining how you get to do it, how you get to save the money. The tracker, when you get to the 100 envelope, which is this one, you are going to color it in. If you have decided to save the money, you are going to color in the envelope, and then you will save the money either physically by using a binder or either using a bank. Now, I will get to that. So that's basically how the tracker works, or rather how the 100 envelope works. You stuff money according to the envelopes. So if you also, let's say you have 520, if you have 520 and you feel like you want to save that amount, you color in the envelope after you have saved the money. So each and every envelope has an amount, and when you stuff in, or rather when you save that amount, you need to color in an envelope. So another question that I usually get is, do you need different incomes in order for you to complete this challenge? Now, the answer is both yes and no. Now, the yes part is you can be able to save 50,050 rand just with your monthly income, but then you will need to be patient. And then the no part, sorry, that was the no part. And then the yes part of you needing different incomes is that if you have different incomes, you will get to finish the 100 envelope much quicker, because you're not only depending on one income, but you're depending on different incomes that are coming in. And when you get that profit, or when you get that money, you can be able to stash it away, or rather to save it. Now, what do I mean by this? So last year it happened that I received a payout from SARS, and I remember I was able to color from 900 to 910, 920 up until 990, which was close to 10,000. It was close to 10,000, but I remember it was around 9,000 and something range. So what, with that money, it was able to assist me to stuffing money in these envelope, whereas I know with my monthly income I wouldn't have been able to do that, but rather I would be able to do it much slower, and it wouldn't have been quicker for me to do it. So you do need a side income, but then it's not a must for you to have it. So if you don't have a side income, just be patient with yourself, because obviously we all have things that we need to do besides saving. So if you're someone who have kids, you have debts that you need to pay up and all of that, it wouldn't be possible for you just to stuff in a 9,000 in a month, you understand? But then if you don't have much responsibilities, you don't have debts, no kids, no school fees and all of that, then it can be able. Also, it depends on how much you are earning. If you earn a lot of money, then trust me, you can. But then if it's not a lot of money and you still want to do the 100 envelope, I would advise that you have side hustles, if you want to be motivated, because sometimes with the savings trackers, if you see that you're not making much progress, you can be in a way discouraged, and then you find some people just giving up and eating the money. But if you know that you have disciplined, and you also know that things do take time and you're someone who's just like, you know what, I'm willing to wait, I'm willing to trust the process, then yes, do it with your monthly income. But then if you're not someone who has patience, then I would advise you to have side hustles or other side income so that you can be able to see your progress much quicker. The 100 envelope has a physical binder, meaning that you can do it physical. This is the binder, and then also you can do it digitally. Now, what do I mean by that? Let's get to it. Okay, so the physical binder, this is where you get to stuff in money according to the envelope. So let's say, for example, you have 45 rand. So this one is the one where you save with the units. So this will be 450. So let's say you have 450 for a month. Now what you are going to do, you will go and withdraw 450 if it's in your bank account. If it's not in your bank account and you do have a cash, you will take that 450 and then you will stuff it in here. Now the 450 will go in here. And then let's say it happens that you have 917, which here it's 97 rand, because this binder, it's just units and hundreds. This one, it's the thousands. It starts from the tens up until the thousand, the tracker. So let's say you have 970. What you are going to do, you will stuff in here 970. So this is a physical binder. And then we have the digital way. Now I am using the digital way. How do I do that? I use Time Bank. The two banks that I know that have great interest, it's Time Bank and African Bank. Those are the two banks where you can save your money and they have such great interest return. So what do I do? Let's say, for example, I'll still use the same amount. I have 450 in my bank, in my Capitec normal savings account. I would take the 450, then I will send it to my Time Bank. When I send it to my Time Bank, I then open a goal save that is named 100 envelope challenge. Then I will take that 450 because it's just in my savings, normal savings account. I will take it and move it to my 100 envelope. Then after that 450 is in, I will then color in the envelope because I have saved the money. The same way that if you are using a physical binder, after you've stuffed in your 450, you will then color in the tracker just to show that you have saved 450. So the pros and cons of using a physical binder and also using a digital method. Let's get to it. Using the physical binder is that you get to have access to your money. You get to see your money because obviously if it's in this binder, you can see when your binder gets full, you know, you are motivated because everything is just right in front of you. You can easily just have access to the binder. And then the cons of using the binder, or rather using the physical method, is that it's very easy for you, or rather, sorry, it's very easier for you to be tempted to use the money. Because it happens that in between the month, you know, things happen and maybe you went over budget. Then you'll find someone saying, oh, you know what, let me just take the 290 and then I will replace it when I get paid. Yes, you will replace it, but then you're not moving, because if you are going to repay 290, it means that in your budget somehow it will be affected. So you having easier access to the money, it tends to be a disadvantage to other people, especially if you're not disciplined, because you know, you will use the money and then you will always just say, oh no, I'll replace it, you know, I will replace it. And you replacing it, it's actually you derailing your progress. And then another cons of using the physical binder is that anything can happen to your money. You can come back home and your money is not there, especially if you do not live alone. Even if you live alone, things can happen. You can have a break in and then they take your money, they take your binder, and you don't even have, okay, you can have proof, but then it will take time for you to recover the money, because chances are, even if the thief is caught, he would have or she would have spent the money. So those are the pros and cons of the physical binder. The pros, as I've said, is that you get to see your money, you have easier access, and you get to see your binder getting bigger and bigger, which is a good thing. It keeps you motivated. But then the cons of it is that your money can be stolen. You can also get to use your money, which can derail your progress, or rather it can also affect your budget. So it's really up to you. If you are someone who's disciplined, and also should something happen to your binder, you will not be affected that much, you will be okay with it, then I can say that, you know what, do go with the physical method. The pros, obviously, you get to not have access to your money. If you opened a savings goal, they do tell you that, okay, you can either get your money after 10 days, and if you want it now, then there's some interest that you will not get. So in a way, that is teaching you discipline, and also that is teaching you that, you know what, let me just leave my money there. So those are the pros of it. And then the cons of using the card is that you don't have easier access to your money. As I've said, that is both a disadvantage and an advantage, because what if you really need your money that time? So you don't have easier access to it. And then also the pros of the digital method is that when you save your money there is not just sitting. There are interest that you get to gain, so which is a good thing, right? Because if the aim was to save 50,050 and you kept your money in a bank, it means that maybe you will have 50,000 and let's say 500 rand. You will have 50,000 and 600 rand. So you get to receive interest, and whilst you keep your money in your bank. And then, to be quite honest, with the digital method, the cons are not much, unless obviously you are mugged and then someone says, take out your phone, let me see, or go to your bank account. So that's why also I do not use, or rather the phone that I use, I don't keep my Time Bank app there. So should I be marked, I don't have the app there, everything is safe. So that is also another tip that I can give you, that if you have a bank that you use to save your money in, I would strongly advise you that the phone that you're using, do not keep the app there. Keep it in a separate phone, a phone that you don't normally take with you when you go out. Right, another question that I will be answering is, who can do this challenge? Now, anyone can do this challenge, even if you want to do it for your kids. Anyone can do this challenge. It's just up to your discipline. If you receive income, if you have an income, you can and you are able to save money, then the 100 envelope can be done by anyone. The only thing that is needed is your discipline. The only thing that is needed is for you to be transparent. I mean, you cannot say that you want to, save this much, but then also you have a lot of debt. Because what I normally would advise is that get to tackle your debts first, and then look into wanting to save bigger amounts. But then let's say you're saving this 50,000 just so that you can pay some of the money towards your debt, then great, you can do it. You can also do that. So anyone, if you have an income that is coming in, anyone can save. Because let's say you earn 5,000, for example, and you're just like, for this month end of Jan, I'm just gonna save 1,000. You will save your 1,000, color in your envelope in your tracker, and then that's it. And then in between the month, let's say you get 150 and it doesn't have any use, you can save 150 and then you color it in. So if you are someone who received an income, you are capable of actually completing this challenge. It doesn't have anyone. You don't need to be a doctor, to be a teacher, to be who and who. Anyone who receives an income can do, or rather complete, this challenge. Is the time frame for the 100 envelope? To be quite honest with you, there is no time frame. It just depends how patient, or rather how quicker you want to save the money, or rather you need the money. For example, I started last year 2024 March, and I think I'll be done by April 2025. So plus minus, it was a year and a month. If I get to complete it April, it will be a year and a month. And then some people can do it within 5 months. Some people can do it within 7 months, 3 months. It just depends how much you get to have money that does not, money that is just sitting in your bank account and you feel like you can save that amount. Or maybe you are someone who has a lot of side hustles, then trust me, there is no time frame, or rather how quicker you can save this money. It depends all on you. So I recommend this challenge, or I wouldn't recommend it. And my answer is I would definitely recommend this 100 envelope. It is such an exciting saving challenge that you can do for yourself. Number one, which is obvious, you get to save a big amount. 50,000 is a half of 100,000. So if you can do it within a year, and then the next year you get to do it, it means that you get to have much bigger amount within 2 years or 3 years. So I would definitely recommend this savings challenge. Even if this is the only challenge that you get to do for yourself, that is also okay, because 50,000 is quite a lot of money. And yeah, so I would definitely recommend it. Even if you are someone who's on a low income, yes, I would advise you to do it, because you can just do it like, step by step. If you have 1,000, you saved 1,000. The next month, that 1,000 you can divide it by saving, let's say, 500 and also saving 450. The following month, you just need to be able to, have a strategy as to how you are going to save the money. But definitely I would recommend this challenge. Where do I get these physical binders? These physical binders, you can get them from Shein or Temu. They do have them. And then the trackers I sell them 20 rand each tracker. And then if you want 13 different trackers, because these are not the only savings challenges that I have, or rather the savings trackers that I have. If you want 13, that is 113. So yeah, Bliss family, that's it with me with the 100 envelope. I hope I've answered all the questions that surround this challenge. If you have any question that you feel like I did not answer, you can post it in the comment section and I'll be glad to answer that question. But I think I've answered everything. Yeah, so if you're doing this challenge in 2025, I wish you nothing but the best for it. You can tell me what are your plans for the money. I initially wanted to use this money to pay for my car deposit, but then I didn't have an emergency fund, so it didn't make sense that I am going to deposit for a car, or rather to buy a car, whereas I don't have emergencies. So I then had to change the goal, and I am saving towards my emergencies. So when I get to the 50,015, that money will be for my emergencies. It wouldn't be for me to go and spend it on a car, or to go and spend it for shopping, or to buy a house or whatever. But I just want to have an emergency fund, because it's one of the most important things that each and everyone needs to have. Emergencies are very important. So yeah, please tell me, if you're doing the challenge, what are your plans for the money? Are you planning to buy a car, a house, or are you also building your emergencies, or maybe pay up school fees or pay up your debt? Please let me know in the comment section. And that's it, Bliss Family. I wish you a very beautiful Tuesday and a week ahead. Another video will be posted on Friday. Bye.